In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my 6'8" undersized center, okay? This build has been completely just dominating this game. I'm going to show you guys what this build is currently looking like so y'all can see that my build is not even max. So you're going to see some of the blocks, okay? This is what the build is currently looking like at the moment. It's currently at 94. This is my so-called comp build. I'm not really going to be using this build for like casual pro-am games. It's just not worth it for me personally. I know you guys are definitely going to ask, so I'm going to show you guys my animations before we get into the gameplay because it's a lot of good gameplay, let's be honest. So as y'all can see, you can't get any, you know, dribble packages, so forget that. You're not going to get anything, but I do know a lot of you guys are going to be asking me once you've seen the videos, Theo, what's your animation, what's your pull-up? This is literally everything, okay? The hop jumper, the pull-up, the Kobe, whatever. It's all right there. Now, my jump shot I'm using, it is YYY. I don't know which one that is. This is it right here. Now, this base right here, shout out to my boy Lilo for letting me know. This base is insane, okay? Ignore the defensive immunity. Ignore the stability, okay? I'm telling you, that release height combined with the release speed, I'm using Luke Kennard and Sadiq Bey. It is money, bro. It is money. Even after the patch, obviously 2K is a little bit slightly different after the patch, but you know, a lot of gameplay you're gonna see is definitely before the patch. So it still works, doesn't really matter. You're still gonna be shooting crazy lights out. But anyways, enough talking. Let's get into the clips and I'm gonna take you out to the builder. I'm gonna show you exactly how to make this build and exactly why I made it the way I made it. Now, when it comes to previous 2Ks, I see a lot of centers come into the, the comment section and be like, yo, Fair, my tall center is going to completely dominate your center. And I'm like, I see they have a point. I never really try to argue with them because I can see where they're coming from. But this year, all I'm going to say is try me, okay? Bring your slow ass 7'1", 7'2" to the court. And I'm going to teach her a good lesson, okay? I'm going to make you regret making those tall builds because against a build like this, it's an absolute menace, okay? This build can do everything, okay? I can go inside, I can go outside, I can shoot middies, bro. I can play however I want, okay? It's so confusing. It's very difficult to kind of guard, especially off the pick. Now, this build also has 90 strength, so I'm setting big bodies for my guard, so you kind of have to help. You can see I can stay out. I'm shooting deep on this build, okay? I'm going crazy with these clips. This build can snag like crazy, okay? The snagging ability of this build, I know my power forward is a snag demon, but so is this build, okay? This build, it gets to a point you always see later in this video, I was just chucking anything up just so I just wanted to get my board back because I'm like, I know I'm gonna get it back anyway. But y'all can see off the pick because I'm so heavy, right? The reason I also went a high standing dunk on this build, y'all can see throughout this entire clip, and you always see later on as well. I really, in my opinion, if you can snag offensively, there's no point in you not having a high standing dunk, okay? You need to be able to just dunk on whoever's in the paint. But y'all can see once again, see how annoying this build is. We can get steals on this build. I've actually played guard on this build. When I say guard, I've locked up the point guards on this build when it comes to our prime gameplay. I was running the primary lock with this build. Now, I'll also show you guys another build for y'all that are wondering, like, if you want to make a demon 6'8". 6'8 is definitely by far, in my opinion, the best overall defensive build you can make on 2K24. There's nothing better. I mean, look at these clips. Look at this stuff. Like, I'm just going crazy when it comes to this offensive board. And because I'm so quick, I've talked about this speed in the past, and y'all can see how annoying it is because sometimes people always expect him to go to the paint, to go for the rebound. I can just stay out. I can stay out. Look how strong I am, okay? I literally forced this guy to pick up the ball and lose possession. Again, I can go in, I can go out, I can do whatever, okay? And now the mid-range and the 3 on this build, y'all guys will see kind of playing or coming into effects later throughout this video. Also, now being able to catch lobs, I mean, whatever I want, I can do on this build. Again, setting that big body screen certainly helps to create a lot of stuff. And if you give me an ounce of space, I told you about that jump shot, I told you about the release, the speed of it. It's a lot of the defenders cannot react on time to guard that stuff. But once again, y'all can see, right, this build, it snags like crazy, okay? The snagging ability of this build is insane, okay? Like, I know my power forward 6'8 version also snags, but this build is definitely not bad. I mean, look at that. Look at that on a build with 0 playmaking. We are still cooking up with no playmaking. We even took this build to the park. Now, I definitely would not recommend this build for the park, okay? Especially for the threes. But watch this stuff. No ball handling, no playmaking. Y'all can still see I'm still breaking ankles, bro. Like, I don't even know how ankle breaker works this year. Like, guys' ankles are still getting taken with nothing. This guy thought he had it. Look and see. You all can see when I showed the video at the start, I don't have silver anchor yet on this build. So I'm still getting crazy chase down without even getting the anchor stuff. But look, no ball handling, and we are still cooking up. That is crazy to me. It's really very fun. But this build is definitely super fun. Like, these aren't even all the highlight clips that I can get. Like I said, I used this build in Pro-Am, and I was locking up the guards in the Pro-Am. Like, look at this. We can still hit the step back midi. Like, look how hard it is to guard a build like this. And look how fast I am too. The speed for me to be able to get to the paint, to get those rebounds, it really does help, okay? Now, I really wanted to remake this build to guard the centers. You know, I wanted to have a high defensive rebound. So now, a lot of time when these centers try to back me down, you can see another steal right here. They're having a hard time. Not even having a hard time. They can't do it, okay? A lot of you bigs out there, you're 7-1s trying to, you know, back down Punisher. You ain't punishing no one, okay? Just forget your build. You will get smoked. I'm telling you, the 6'8", even if you go to the Pro-Am, every team uses a 6'8" as the back end, as the hedge player, because they're just so damn good. It's such a good build. I don't think there's any, in terms of versatility of a lockdown build, I think the 6'8" by far is the best, okay? You guys can see, not only can I get the steal with my no ball handling, my slow build, slow pace build, y'all can still get to the midi and get it. I mean, at this point, look, we're just getting stuff. Like, these guys are just chucking up, so you already know what randoms are like, bro. We're still getting the rebound, and look at this stuff. Look, that's the reason why I put standing dunk on this build. The standing dunk does go crazy. I will talk about the standing dunk when we're talking about the builder, but you know, there's a couple of stuff I'll do or what I'd like to talk about. But the snagging ability of this build, it surprises a lot of people. A lot of people are thinking you're 6'8", you can't get any rebounds, but trust me, the speed to be able to recover, to move, you're much quicker than everyone else on the court. I mean, look at this guy. He was wide open. He missed, but I don't really care. Okay, y'all can see I'm swimming around guys in the paint. Like, look, there's like 2, 3 guys. I don't know how many guys are in there trying to get the rebound. I'm just chucking everything up. Look at this stuff. I'm just chucking. I'm like, what can I do? But it's certainly really fun to play on this build, and y'all can already know, man. We need to put a little post game into it, okay? Just to make it more toxic, just to make it more annoying. This build can definitely guard the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5. And look at that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this build, it does go crazy. It really does indeed. I mean, the snagging ability of this stuff is insane. And you always see right here, my first ever game on this build. This one I was going to go crazy. I had 15 rebounds. Anyway, let's go to the builder and show you how to make this build. So here we are in the builder, okay? We're going to get straight right into it, okay? You're gonna go center, okay? You don't want to go any other position. You're gonna go 6'8". Now, I went lower in my weight. If you guys remember, my 6'7", well, not my 6'7", my 6'8" power forward version of this build is 271 pounds, okay? He's a big boy. But you always see exactly what I did. I wanted to be a little bit quicker than that other build. You know, that other build is already quick, okay? I really do like that other build, but there was a couple of things I wanted to adjust. My wingspan is 7'6". Let's get straight into the build, okay? One of the biggest thing you guys are gonna know is straight away, you're gonna be like, Fear, no passing on this build? Are you crazy? Like, what are you doing? Now, like I said, this build is not meant for the threes. If you play threes on this build, your teammates will absolutely hate you. Now, a lot of the time when I get the rebound, even on my builds that have high passing, like I'm talking about 75 plus passing, my center builds, a lot of the times I rarely ever pass up the court. I'm telling you, like when especially when you're playing good teams, when you go to the Prem, guys are always back on defense. Everyone's running like gold still. They are going to intercept that pass. So 99% of the time, I'm always passing to my guard who's very close to me. So I'm like, you know what? What is the point of me going high passing? Like, I'm never really in a situation where I have to pass the ball to anyone. So I just give it to the closest guy. Hence the reason why I went low passing, no ball handling, no speed of the ball. Like, I can't drop any of these other stats because they're going to drop other stuff involved. Those are the lowest I can go, just so I can be crazy in other areas, okay? And as y'all can see, we have a 71 close shot, which in my opinion works just fine, okay? You just need to be able to, you know, get bronze masher and you're going to be good. As long as you go up with good takes, you're not going to have too much of an issue. The 75 driving dunk is just basic driving dunk situation. You don't want anything too fancy, but I wanted this on this build, okay? I wanted this 85 standing dunk. Now, I did say I was going to talk about this a little bit more when it comes to the builder. This is the only thing I don't like about this build. You're probably thinking, Fair, what do you mean this is the only thing you don't like about the build? We saw the, you know, with the clips, it was going crazy. It was going crazy. However, but due to the fact that this build is not 6'10 plus, because I can't get those big man contact dunks, trust me, those are OP. I do have another build I'm going to show you guys very, very soon. You always see the difference when it comes to standing dunks in the paint. Though that big man contact dunk, I don't know, at some point maybe 2K is gonna allow certain builds to have it, even if you're 6'8", because I know that would be pretty OP. But even though I can dunk like crazy in the paint, there are certain scenarios where I know I can't go up because I know I won't get the contact dunk animation. Whereas if you're 6'10 plus and you're underneath the paint and you get a rebound or you're in a strong position, you're absolutely just gonna completely annihilate guys in the paint. Okay. Now, the one thing I wanted to have on this build, even though I'm very, very slow, I don't have any ball handling, was I wanted to be able to have gold catch and shoot, which you're gonna get with your threes. Your mid range. And I also want to be able to go into the post. So my post control is not to back centers down or anything. I can't do that. It's to help me. Y'all can see right here to get our gold post fade phenom. I don't even know how good post fade phenom is. I ain't gonna cap to you boys because I've made other builds that have a high mid range with no post control, and they're still hitting the post hop. So yeah, I mean that's something we might need to test. I mean, how much boost do you get with post fade phenom? We never know. But anyways, the standout part about this build is the defense. Y'all can see, okay, this is what I'm trying to say. All you centers out there that want to talk all kinds of smack, y'all can bring it. Y'all can bring it, bro. I'm up for it. Okay, y'all, what you gonna do? Okay, you try to back me down. I've got gold post lockdown, which makes it even harder for you to back me down. And then for some of your centers that are gonna be like, well, but Fear, guess what? I've got 96 strength. If you have 96 strength, that means you're probably going to be slower. You'll see my speed on this build. If you come with your 96 strength, you better pray you get every rebound. Because if you don't get that rebound, which I have a 93 defensive rebound, which also gives me Hall of Fame box out beast, I will outrun you up the court 10 out of 10 times. Okay, there's nothing you can do. Anyone with 96 strength is too slow against this build. I can guard the PGs. Like I said, I've literally guarded guards in our prime team. I was literally running the primary lockdown. Even though I don't even have I only have bronze fast feet on this build. We got that 89 steal. We have an 87 block, and we also have an 86 defensive rebound. Now my power forward, like I said, has a higher offensive rebound. Sorry, I want to say defensive rebound, offensive rebound. But even though, because you get gold, you're still able to be perfectly okay with this build, okay? And the 86 is going crazy. You're also in Eclipse, okay? I'm grabbing all kinds of rebounds. We have that 90 strength, which obviously gives you access to, you guys already know by now, like Brick Wall, Immovable Enforcer. These are very, very good badges to have in the paint. Now, I actually think physicals are very underrated this year. Even though I only have an 80 vertical, I reckon if you go higher on your vertical, now I don't know what you're going to sacrifice, I reckon if you do go higher on your vertical in this game, you're gonna go crazy because trust me, I've made certain builds with like an 82 vertical and they jump out the park, bro. So I think physicals are very, very underrated on this 2K. Obviously my stamina, because I'm always running about. I'm running for rebounds, running to get steals, very quick on both sides. I didn't want it as much stamina as possible. The 89 still, you intercept every single pass, bro. All those passing lanes, no pick and roll out here. No easy pick and roll passes for any of these guards. So, yeah, this build is very, very fun for me. Now, like I said, I know some of you are going to be worried about the passing, for example, or some of the free throw. Hey, listen, like I said, this is a pro-M build, okay? This is build, when you see me on this build, I'm out here just trying to sweat, okay? I'm not going to be playing on this build unless it's sweat time, bro, because there ain't no point. This build is going to be reserved, just chilling at 94. And if I really want to play a super competitive game, I am going to bring it out because as much as it's fun in the rec, I'd rather just use my other builds and have some more fun with the randoms, okay? With the rec randoms, you guys already know you need to carry them. But anyways, this is the build, okay? Now, for you guys that are probably wondering, Fear, I don't care about mid-range. I don't really care about all this stuff. What I am going to do is I'm going to show you guys another version of this build that is good, basically a demon. Now you guys understand why I'm trying to say the 6'8" is the best lockdown you can make. The name of the build is going to be called a two-way spot up glass cleaner, which I love because there's no way you can tell how good this build is by this name. This name is very vague. It's like, what does he do? It's two-way spot up glass cleaner. What does that mean? So yeah, you're going to find out when you play this build. But anyways, before I go, I'm going to show you guys another version because I know some of you guys like, Fear, I just want to be a lockdown. If you want to make a lockdown version with no mid-range, I don't really care about mid-range. I just want to be a spot up in the corner type of player. I'm going to show you guys very quickly another version of this 6'8" at small forward you can make that's going to completely dominate everyone, even more than this build. So just give me a second. I'll be right back. So here we are. For some of you guys, like I said, very quickly, This is just a quick remake version of this build, okay? So y'all can see with this version, you have slightly better passing. Trust me, I don't think you need anything more than 60 if you're not a primary ball handler. If you're like a lockdown, for example, you're only going to be passing to the closest guy next to you anyway, so I don't think you need to be passing the ball that long. But y'all can see I took down the mid-range. For you guys that don't really care about the mid-range, I took down some of the standing dunks, okay? Now, I made this version at small forward. You can still technically also make this at the center. But y'all can see with this version, you get gold clamps and you also get gold glove. Okay, well, my one does not get those attributes. Okay, and you still have slightly better passing in comparison to the one that I made. And more importantly, you also get a gold anchor. Okay, you get a gold anchor, gold glove, gold clamps on this build, and Hall of Fame box out beast. We still have the gold post lockdown. So with this version, you can guard anyone. You can guard anyone with ease, okay? No problem at all, okay? Now, if you want to get that fast feet, sorry, on silver, you can decrease the weight, but remember, when you decrease the weight, you're also going to lose certain attributes in other areas, but you're more than welcome. But this is the second version. If you guys are like, you know what, Fair, I don't really care about the mid-range stuff. I just want to be a spot-up guy in the corner or an occasional cut to the paint, okay? With this version, you're going to be able to dunk the ball, and that's it. As long as you're not trying to go up for anything too crazy, you are going to be fine. And being the primary lockdown on your team, you can switch with your center on the pick and roll. Okay, if you get hit hard, you can switch onto the center. You're gonna be an absolute nightmare with this version. Anyways, this video's already gone long enough. Hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, I got a couple more builds to show you, boys. I got a few more builds, and I'll catch you in the next one.